I was ready to go, and I accidentally closed the window that had everything lined up. Luckily, Google Chrome has a reopen your last window thing. So, yay, all my tabs are open and ready to go. Hi, a very happy Thursday to everybody. I hope you're having a great rest of your week. We only have one more day left until we have the weekend, so that's a good thing. Have I told you that we're on the week 39 of Outlander, and now it's like going to be hitting hard again now that Blood of My Blood is over and we don't have something to take the edge off. So we're gonna get through this together, though. It'll be good stuff. And I got a variety, including, of course, some extra video pictures of Sam that have come out recently. You don't want to see that. But to start us off, I got something from Diana, and I did not resize this from last night's chat. So let me do a little magical moving around here. And I think we're set. All right, Diana Gabaldon shared this. It's an event that we can all be a part of through the power of the internet. It says, here's an interesting announcement from Karen Henry, chief of Bumblebee Herder on the Literary Forum. Thanks, Karen. From Karen Henry. She says, I'm delighted to announce that the Wake County Public Libraries, my local library here in Raleigh, North Carolina, will be doing a series of 8 Outlander-themed programs via Zoom starting in late October. We're almost there. This year's series, Outlander Highlands to Carolina, covers a variety of different topics, and they've got them listed right here. So, October 28th is Fraser's Footsteps, a virtual Carolina tour. That's kind of cool. October 30th, Outlanders North Carolina, where fiction meets history. November 5th, Scotland Through the Lens, Jenny Nordstrom Photography. November 12th, The Doctor is in the 1700s, Claire Fraser and Colonial Healing. That'd be interesting too. Outlander Kitchen, a culinary journey through time. I wonder if they have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich on there and like how do you eat it with your fork and knife. November 22nd, Andy the Highlander, a journey through Scotland. Ooh, that'll be fun too. November 25th, Saltwater Scoundrels, Pirates and Privateers on the High Seas. Ooh, that one, naughty. December 5th, Finale, an evening with Outlander author Diana Gabaldon, right there. Click on the individual sessions on the left-hand side of the wake.gov page. Okay, gov, not gov. Gov. Okay. Link below to register all the seats. Do we have a link below? Do I have a link below? I don't see a link below. But wake.gov. All right. And that'll have the list of all these things. And again, if you can see this, you can take part in that. So I think that's really cool. And we can all, pick which one or all of them that we really want to be a part of and check that out. That's neat. Thank you, Diana, for sharing these really fun little things that allow us who sometimes can't get to every event to be a part of this one. That's very cool. All right, some behind the scenes, or at least one here with our man Duncan LaCroix and Sam Hune, or as we like to call it, Marta and Jamie. Bad Girl Fangirl shares this one, continuing her way back Wednesday. A handful had requested to see the older behind the scenes photos she had used for her season 1 reel. This one was originally posted April 9th, 2015, so solid 10 years ago plus. What are these Highlanders up to now? Well, they're in France causing trouble. So, yeah, that feels like that's what they're up to now. We're going to start the season 2 chat of Outlander starting next Monday. Not this coming Monday, but on the 27th. We'll get started with those. And I got a good lineup of folks ready to chat about each individual episode. Make sure you join us for that. And Sophie got something new for us here. Oh, hey, Jackie. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Suzanne. Hi, Vita. And hi, Patricia. Hello, everybody. Sophie Skelton, like I said, shares this one. It says, incredible evening with EqualityNow.org, raising awareness for and leading the way in driving the legal and systematic change needed to end violence and discrimination against all women and girls everywhere in the world. I'm going to just recenter this a little bit since I had it off a bit for Diana's thing. So just bear with me half a minute because I want to make sure we get to see all the good pictures coming up. and videos, because there are some of those as well. But yeah, so that's beautiful. That's really coolly lit. I love like the old theaters. We have one in Fort Wayne called the Embassy, and it's very cool. That's where we go see the Philharmonic. I saw Stomp there once. I saw BB King perform there once. Um, and I've performed there a couple of times in my choir. So, uh, high school. And so this is a really cool bunch of video or pictures and videos of her time, and just lovely images. Everybody all dressed up. The building looks all pretty. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Thank you, Sophie, for sharing these cool moments, and thanks for being a part of trying to make sure that women and girls can be safe, because sometimes we aren't. Roman Barreau shares this one, bow tie, to pretend I'm a serious guy. Still cracks me up that this little guy is not a little guy anymore. He's all grown, and looking very dapper in his. Well, I'm gonna say it's a tuxedo because it's in black and white. It looks like a tuxedo, but he looks all cleaned up and look at little curls. Those little curls. Okay, he's grown up, I know, but I still see him as a little kid. Yeah, it's an issue. Uh, we also have another Spit Night video from Caitlin O'Ryan. Spit Nights and Caitlin O'Ryan share this. Who was it that said there is no good in goodbyes? Caitlin O'Ryan reading a poem for her poetry collection, At What Point? And we all know this one. Of course, we've got a couple of more nights coming up that she will be available. Not here, unfortunately, on the other side of the pond, but lots of events, and her tickets are in the bio. Let's check and see what this poem is, because they're always good.
Love you like a brother, that motherly kind of love that's unconditional. I'll catch you anytime you fall. If there's a wall, I'll be the one pushing you up from below so that you can grow high enough to pull yourself over, to stand tall and conquer. I will always have your back, never lacking positive things to say about you. You are all fairy tales come true. What I'd do to be half the human you are. Your kindness knows no bounds, no flaws I've found in your compassionate advice. You make me think twice about rash decisions, ground me during cheerful visions of my future and my past. You really make me laugh. You're good at being daft and building me back up from nothing. You're really something, and I love you for that. But that love isn't right. And try as I might, I can't force those feelings to come, to let go and succumb when you hold me and try to mold me. So I'm holding back what I'm really thinking, because if it starts to sink in, I know there's no way back for us. It'll be the end of trust. Maybe I'm being selfish, but I want you in my life forever, so the thought of nevermore keeps my jaw firmly sealed. And these thoughts are my shield until I'm ready to face how life was before I met you. And you gave me everything you possibly could. And I took it. And I kept it safe. But now all you're giving is becoming a weight, something I know is good for me, but something that I hate, because try as I might, I can't reciprocate. I want for you what's best. But it's hard to confess that that may not be me. It's hard to see an alternative reality where you're no longer mine, where time has gone between us. And our memories, once sensitive and raw, become almost impossible to recall. Where someone else is now your other. Someone else receives that love that felt so unmistakably me-shaped, so inexplicably. We are becoming strangers to each other. And together we have smothered one another of our light, sucked the oxygen from our candles so we no longer burn bright. Frightened to convey what we're really feeling. No longer does forever sound particularly appealing. Concealing the nagging notions we can't seem to silence that started off small but crescendoed to sirens. Maybe it's a testament to our affection and devotion that we've stayed in this thing just going through the motions. Oceans form behind both of our eyes. Who was it that said there's no good in goodbyes? Your hand sits in mine for what could be the last time. Clammy and nails bitten. About to turn the pages on this story that we've written. It's not quite the ending that we both had in mind, but that doesn't mean we haven't had the fucking time of our lives. I look into your eyes, an unforgettable blue. Stroke your hair and whisper that I will always love you, and in that moment we're 19 again, content just being two. And darling, I'll never whisper anything so true. Thanks.
That was really good. That was it reminded me of a couple of different relationships I've had in my life. Uh, Always good, always good. Heartfelt, emotional, passionate. Love Caitlin O'Ryan and her poetry. It's always a pleasure to get a clip of her doing the live bit. Forever Sassenach shares this. I'm not sure if is this actually a video? It doesn't seem like it's a video. It looks like a picture to me. Forever Sassenach sharing. I miss these two. Okay, so it's just a couple of images in succession, but we got Stephen Cree and Sam with some fantastic sunglasses. I think I need the pink ones. I know you'd think I'd want a pair of purple ones, but I think I need the pink ones just so they'll stand out a little bit. Go Steven, go Sam. I don't need the cigars. I don't need the cigars. Got some pictures of Sam at Macbeth though. Been looking forward to some more of these. They don't look like every other one. It's difficult because obviously he's doing the same play each day, so it's tough to get pictures that don't look exactly like the other one you just had. So I got a couple here, slightly different angles here. Point Blank 1959 sharing them. Pardon me. The first set of official pics for Macbeth from Variety.com. Helen Murray. It looks very intense. I suppose the bard would have approved of it all. You know what? I wonder if old Billy Shakespeare would have been cool with the different interpretations of his plays done over the years, because there are so many. You can think of something like West Side Story is obviously Romeo and Juliet. 10 Things I Hate About You, Taming of the Shrew. So there are some really interesting interpretations to his plays. And so these are some great pictures, though. Very intense moments right here. This was one of my favorites, but I couldn't get it quite right for the thumbnail. Just incredibly intense looks from Sam. And yeah, I feel, again, quite jealous of everybody who's been able to go see, but at the same time, really proud of anybody who is able to go watch him fulfill a dream. Really proud of him for fulfilling the dream. Again, intense images here. Really well done for Variety putting these out. And yeah, guys, I tell you what. And there are quite a few people who are exploring the details and putting them out on Instagram. And the overwhelming decision is it's fantastic. So we're not surprised or anything, but we're really glad that he's having so much success. At least I am really glad of the success he seems to be having with this play, because it's a dream of his, and we like to see dreams come true. Got a little bit of Caitriona here as well. Brilliantly Balf shares this, and it is a quote. And then I have a little chat video after this one of Caitriona with some good thoughts on travel and mindset and the wellness of the mind. But this one says, Brilliantly Balf shares, what struck me about it, and she's talking about Outlander, I should say. She should proceed this. What struck me about it was how exciting the project was and the range of what the character goes through, meaning Claire, of course. As an actor, you're looking at like, wow, I'm going to get to do all of these things and go through all these various emotions and situations. It felt very exciting. And not only was the character the central focus of the story, but she was smart, she was driven, and she was funny. That's Caitriona Balfe, 2016 on Claire, Outlander, and it originally comes from The Last magazine. What an opportunity it was to play Claire, because she is not only just an incredible female character, but is there a situation on the planet that she does not go through? There really isn't. Loss of love, finding love, being a child, having a child, being lost, losing your child, separation of love, fighting off death at every corner, it seems like, or attacks. It had to have been just incredibly fun to play Claire, at the same time as it's very, very challenging. But I think that's what most actors, at least the good ones, are looking for. Something that has them stretching those acting muscles beyond what they've ever done before. So we're all very, very glad we have you as Claire, and we're really glad that you enjoyed your time playing Claire. Now, one more thing here from Caitriona. This one she's talking about mental health. My brain wasn't pulling up the word. Brilliantly Balf shares this though. It says London to okay. This is Brilliantly Balf. She just went on a trip. London to Singapore flight done. Currently awaiting my connecting flight home. I truly cannot put into words how much this trip has renewed and reinvigorated me. It had been a very long time since I'd taken some time to just be. So many extraordinary places and so many luminous, kind-hearted people. Unfortunately, a chance bump into Caitriona was not meant to be this time. But I know what I will be able to thank her in person one day for the light she brings to the world and the hope she's instilled in me. These words of Caitriona's and Matt Haig's seem to ring true at this particular point in time. I miss your book club so much. Yeah, that a lot of people do. But this is a really good quote that she has.
Always a solution or even an option, but it certainly helps me. And when I get the chance to go away, I think more than anything, it helps give a sense of perspective. We might be stuck in our minds, but we aren't physically stuck. And unsticking ourselves from our physical location can help dislodge our unhappy mental state. Movement is the antidote to fixedness. After all, and it helps. Sometimes, just sometimes. Travel makes one modest, said Gustave Flaubert. You see what a tiny place you occupy in the world. Such perspective can be strangely liberating, especially when you have an illness that may on one hand lower self-esteem, but on the other hand intensifies the trivial. I mean, I think that sort of resonated with me so much because travel is one of the things that has propelled me throughout my life to, I don't know, it makes me feel alive. And when I'm stuck in one place like lockdown, that's when I really struggle, because I don't know, I almost need the external stimulation to sort of quiet the voices, shall we say. Of course, travel isn't always a solution or even an...
You know, I completely agree with her. I took lockdown really well. I must say, I'm an I'm an introvert, believe it or not. I know people don't believe that. If I'm friends with you, then you probably can't tell. Talking to the camera and talking to you folks, I mean, I feel like I'm talking to friends, so it doesn't really affect me. And when I go to these conventions, I already know I have at least one thing in common with everybody there. We're all nerds about something. So I don't suffer from it quite so much there. Now, if you invite me to a party, my poor husband, when we first got together, he had a nice group of friends, and he would want to take me to go meet them. Very nice, very good. Glad he's not embarrassed. And I would quietly stand in a corner and do this. I don't think any of his friends thought that I knew how to hold a conversation or had anything interesting to say, because it's so difficult for me to open up to strangers. And so traveling, so being in lockdown, it really wasn't that hard for me. I hate to admit it, but I was fine. I was like, we're going to paint today, Shirley. We're going to do class today, Shirley. Babe, we're going to watch a movie tonight. All right, everybody, let's all cook something different. I mean, like, I was cool with it. Now having the freedom to go, and they say illness, but for me, it is like I'm trying to make sure that I do not get overly depressed. I had a dream about my dad last night that, like, they figured something out, and they figured out what was wrong. He got all better. He was going to come home. We were having a nice conversation, and then I woke up. So that is something that I still am, like, struggling with and probably will for a while. But traveling takes me out of my space. Traveling takes me somewhere where, you know, other people may have problems too, but we're all getting away from it. We're all seeing the world through a different perspective. I don't care if I'm just going to Illinois, if I'm going to Vegas, if I go to Scotland someday. It's all about being able to share the human experience and understand how other people are living theirs as well. And again, we occupy this tiny little area in space. And when we go out into the world, we see how insignificant our little problems may be compared to everything else going on in the world. And not only that, but we're exposed to different ways of life, different kinds of folks, different opinions, different thoughts. I love being able to travel. So again, I do want to take a moment to just thank everybody who helped to make sure that that was a possibility, because I think that is probably a big reason why I am not in a ball in a corner crying on a regular basis. I'm tearing up just because I'm happy about that, and because it was a jarring dream and wake up this morning. But it is also being able to go and travel has really helped me to cope with that. So I want to thank you guys all, and hopefully as I do more traveling and do more things, I'll be able to share more with you, and hopefully that will help more people, not just me. So thank you very much for that. That is everything I have today. That is it. I'd say almost every evening I go to bed going, "Oh, I have almost nothing to share." Kathy will send me some stuff and I'll try to work it in and see what I can put in there. But I'm like, and then of course, inevitably, as I'm going to bed for the night or right when I wake up, 3 or 4 more things will pop up and I go, okay, I can make a thing of this. A little random today, but I think good stuff. And I am digging those pictures that came out of Sam. Not came out of Sam, but came out of Sam. Like Beth. Love to see more of those. I do hope, along with anybody else who isn't able to go, I do hope that they are eventually going to have a recorded version that we'll be able to see. They did say no, but, we're pushy. Maybe we can make it happen. Thanks to everybody who joined me today. Cynthia, I saw you pop in there too. I think I said hi to everybody, but just to make sure, we got Jackie, Kathy, Suzanne, Vita, Patricia, and Cynthia. Kathy again. There are more. So I think we got kind of the whole crew and folks who come by on a regular basis. Thank you very much. Good to see Sam and Caitriona. Thanks, girl. Oh, no problem. Sharon, I saw Sharon too. Hello. And, Jackie says, I enjoyed lockdown, but traveling has always been in my blood. Well, girl, you did it for a job. No wonder. Okay. It opened your mind and heart, and how we're all the same and all want the same things. Exactly. We have different lives and different perspectives, but really all we want is to find joy in our life and be with our families, and it's all kind of the same goal, really. So yeah, I love traveling, meeting different people when I get out of the corner. It's so much easier when I know I have something in common with the folks. So yeah. All right, guys. Thanks so much for joining me. Thank you again to everybody who helps contribute to this channel, whether it's financially, whether it's by sharing, whether it's by sending me things you hope that folks would love to see on here. I really do appreciate all that support. And of course, thanks to everybody who helped to make sure I got into my vehicle, because like I said, that has been kind of my therapy. And I really do appreciate the fact that it's helped me from going off the deep end. Whew, completely off. Have a really great rest of your Thursday. Find something fun that you enjoy. The weather is getting cool out here, but it's still decent enough to go and enjoy the weather a little bit of sunshine, a little bit of joy. I'm going to go get a tissue because I can't get my eyes to stop watering now. In case I forgot anything, it isn't against anybody, but if you enjoyed this video, please do give it a like. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Subscribe and hit the notifications bell if you find yourself coming back here on a regular basis. And if you're worried that you might have missed some of the fun stuff that we do on this channel, please do check out those playlists below, because there's some stuff and you might enjoy it. And then we can talk about that. Speaking of talk, don't forget tonight is our, you can't quite see my sign today. Don't forget tonight is our members chat. Members, go check the community post. That'll give you the link. We're meeting at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you, Vita, for pointing out that I forgot to put the time on the notice. I fixed that. So we all know where we're going, where we're supposed to be tonight. And yeah, that's it. I need to, you know what? I need to pick up juice for my daughter's lunch. I had to send her to school with a sugar-free orange pop, which makes me feel like a very bad mom today, because I've never sent my child to school with pop for her lunch. I just, kind of mad at myself. Anyway, I got stuff to go do. You got stuff to go do. Let's go do stuff. And either way, I'll see you guys tomorrow as long as there's something interesting to talk about. All right, go forth. Have a great rest of your Thursday. Love to you.